Okay, this was the last thing that I was ever going to do today. It was not on my mind to do it. I was like, no, no, no. I've got too much rubbish to do, things to get sorted out and boxes to get moved. And then I was on the phone to my mate Andre, VK3MAW, and I said to him, I said, oh, bloody looking at this Sony. I've just pulled the screws out of it. And it only goes from channel 18, I can't remember now, 18 through to about 27 or something. Anyway, as you can see, I've been having a play already, and I just couldn't stop myself, and I'm nearly there. I'm actually very close to being there. Anyway, so normally what happens is you've got a whole lot of dead display areas, which are controlled by 2 diodes and 1 link, and I've just got to find, and as you can see, so now please, I'm showing you, this is how real tech works. We clean up after, so I want to be very honest with you. This is the control LED board. And basically what they did is they had to set it up so that it limited them for 12 channels, David, I think I'm right. Sorry, David DeCock could know this inside out, this information. And one of the things I forgot to ask David when this radio was coming over, and look, I've had to modify a few of these. Of course, a lot of them were South African, and I'm never worried by that. That's not the issue. It's more just a matter of, a bit of learning just to get through them. Anyway, one thing I did find is there's a plethora of information and really good blown up diagrams and bits and pieces where you find out that this thing, it's UPD-861, and it's kind of very similar but not the same. But of course you can see from your LED board circuit here that this is how they get into the LED, and so far from getting a whole lot of blank spots, sorry, just get a bit of tape under there or something. Hang on, it's better. Angle. So far, we've been able to get channel 140. So to give you an idea, what we want to know is, of course, are we 1 2 3 4 5 1 2 1 2? So we are actually on 1 2 3 4 5. We are on channel 35 there. And we are getting power out 1 2 3 4 5 1 2 1 2, all good. So that's the good news. Now I've still got a link missing somewhere, which is, see how we're going 19. See how the 2 links missing, and then we'll go straight up to the 3. So we're nearly there. Are we getting the bottom? Oh, sorry, I just want to make sure the bottom digit was in there. I couldn't see that. Should have looked at the video. And anyway, so ideally now. Let's say, just for a very quick test, look, my analyzer, I've got a dead screen. I'm just a good mate of mine from Queensland is just sending down the new analyzer at the moment. So thank you so much. 27405, 1 2 1 2 1 2. Where's my monitor? Sorry, I'm on generate. That doesn't help much, does it? And what we want to do, 1 2 3 4 5 1 2, and we need to go to sideband, wouldn't we? 1 2 3 4 5 1 2, a little bit off, but we could adjust the frequency. But all right, okay. No. So we know that channel 1 is channel 1, and if we put in here, even though my display is stuffed on this, I can sort of still just see it enough to go 26965. We should be able to do the same. 1 2 1 2 1 2. Yeah, beautiful. All right, so we know that we've got to the stage of getting it all working. Right, get rid of that. Beautiful. Okay, so pretty much if you do get a South African version of one of these, this video is really to assure you that whilst I've still got a link to sort out on here, on the, there we go, the 2 link here, and I guarantee you it'll be because I've missed a link on here on this board. If I turn it around and I bring my light really close into it, and we may be able to see, getting focus is really hard, but I don't know whether I can get in there. But you can see I've just, as a very dodgy sort of thing, just quickly put in a couple of wire links there. I've obviously missed one somewhere, and we'll have a look at that in a second, just see where it is. Because I can't actually see under this board here, it's possible that they've got an unsoldered link in there somewhere, or just a, who knows. But it will be something like that, very simple, that's causing it. But the moment that we were able to get 2 things happening, one, our digits back up, the majority of them, and 2, that they actually then were on frequency. So basically when I go to look at this thing, I'm just not short anything out here, and I go to generate a signal line. Where did we go last? Channel 1, wasn't it? Oh, see, that's confusing at the moment until we get that digit fixed. But let's have a look. Generate. Yep. Okay. Yep. Seeing plenty of signal there, and come back there. Let's have a look. Now, what we won't have set up at the moment is our pre-select channel, I don't think. Aha. No, I know what they're doing there. Got it. Right, they had 2 wires in South Africa. They're pre-select. Sorry, I've got this thing on Zoom, haven't I? Hang on, I've got to come back out of Zoom. Sorry. That wouldn't have been fun. Is that right there? Oh, yeah, that'll do. Okay, so previously, channel in South Africa, that was 21. So, David, you might want to comment in the file if channel 21 was sort of like a call channel or an emergency channel. I don't know in South Africa, although that says emergency channel there. So, what does that go to? Well, that'll go to nowhere. Okay, that will be probably disconnected from the South African use, and we may be able to connect that back up to do, channel 9, etc., back in the day. But yeah, we're definitely hearing here, seeing signal. And we're definitely 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Getting good power out actually. 1, 2. Let's go back to 20 watts. Harlow. Yeah, it's good. 12 watts. Harlow. Maybe a little bit more, just a tad more. 1, 2. And if I take my generator off at the same time, excuse me. So the best thing about this is let's go to a channel where we don't have it displayed correctly. So in theory, if that's 19, that's 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, and that's 30. So let's go 295 and see, is it just a display fault or hang on, we're on 27, 26 megs. 27295, generate. And let's just see where we actually are. What much have I got on there? Why I got that? Oh, because I can't read this display very well. See, I can't even see the thing. I might just put that in again. 295. Is it very possible at the moment we're not accurately on there. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Yeah, no, which we're not. Okay, so we need to find out from channel 20 through to 30, basically. Just why we're not where we need to be. And let's just see here. I'm going to go to AM for a minute and turn that down. That's it. Yeah, go to AM here just so we're... Yeah, no, we're not seeing anything there yet. So we have an RF issue where if I put a counter on that, we'll find out where we actually are. And whilst I'm a little curious to where we are, I'm more curious about where we need to be to get where we have to be. Because it's interesting that whatever the link is missing here, it's getting us basically into trouble. 205. Just interested down the bottom end. Oh, I'd be so happy when this display gets here. I just can't read this thing at the moment. I'm in the wrong workshop to be doing this correctly, I must be honest. Yeah, no, we're somewhere, but we're not certainly on channel 20 there. So, see, these are the little things that you've got to diagnose and say, right, okay, have I just got a display issue, or is my PLL being told to go somewhere else? I haven't got a counter in line at the moment, which would be so handy. I wonder if this will give... hang on, I'll just try something. I was about to set up the buffer on my counter and just run it in line, and I just realised, of course, just chuck your spectrum analyzer on it. Tell you straight away. Just have a bit of a look at where you are, and let's have a look here. Oh, I can roughly work that out, actually. So if that's on 2.5, wish I could read this display a bit better. Let me just go back up to where I was, and I'm going to go back to channel 29 here, so that's going to be the 9 there. And let's just see. Oh, I cannot read this thing very well. 295. This is what happens with old test equipment, guys. I love it. Don't get me wrong, but you can get yourself into trouble. All right, so let's have a look. Okay, so we're down the band a bit. We're definitely down the bit quite a way. So, and what will happen is, as I hang on, hold that in place. Oh, this transmit under my armpit. I need I need to do better. So have a look at the channel change there. There we go. So there you're seeing your 40 channels. And it is doing a duplicate. Let's see what channel we're on there. Channel 31 is there. So 31 is there. 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, and you can, whoops, sorry, 7, 38, 39. You can see my 40 now. In theory, that'll go back down to 965. Yep, 26, 965 on the spec end. 975, 985, etc. And it's going to keep going. But you watch in a second when it thinks it's up on channel. See that big gap then? It just did. It did a big gap where it should have just gone up another 10 kcs, and it doesn't. Let's have a look. So it actually goes up in frequency by about 100 hertz. By about 100 kilohertz. Get it right. And if I go up to say channel 30, I reckon that's going to look about the same. Well, there's channel 30. Okay, so it's even higher. It's got. Aha. So in theory, when I get to channel 40, that placement there, which is above the line, the center spectrum line, and we go back down to channel 29. Oh no, it's dropping back. Back and back here. That's supposedly channel 20. Okay, so channel 20 thinks very much that it's like channel 30 by the looks of it, because if we go from there right up, hang on, oh, it's still below it. Yeah, I really need to put my frequency counter in line here to save myself a bit of grief. Anyway, so what we know is that yes, this is just not where it needs to be from here through to here, which is sort of no coincidence that that's the South African sector. So, you know, we'll work through that and get that going. This is just a quick video just to sort of show you more about how to, you know, get a South African modified radio back into shape, and we'll go into this in a little bit more. I'm just going to go, and obviously I may need to pull the front panel off, just pull this board out. Obviously we're missing one, there'll be a track cut somewhere, one little simple thing. They never tended to do much more than that. They normally could modify being an 861, they normally could modify on this board here, because this board, let me get rid of this noise. This board did everything from the channel change to, so this addressed the LED and addressed the UPD 861 as well. It's funny, I initially thought maybe, excuse me, a bit hoarse from them throwing things down my throat yesterday. But yeah, I initially thought maybe here was an issue. It's hard to get focus. But no, that's just a dead pin that's not there. But there'll be one in there. I'll go back and review it, and we'll get that going. But the good news is that a radio that didn't even show channel 35 initially is now, you know, working on 35, which we can hear it's coming through there. 1, 2. I'm an AM. Hang on. Oh, that would help. 1, 2. Oh, enormous hum there. Why are we getting that? I've got to be honest, I'm not sure why that is. We'll have a look at that too. But let's go back to sideband. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Oh, hang on. 1, 2. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. It's probably a little bit off frequency, but 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Oh, I know what the AM hum was. Sorry about that. Sorry, I've just clicked 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2. So we know that, you know, it's basically working fairly well on hollow 1, 2, and actually the audio off it's quite nice. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2. So we will get this sorted out on this last little 10 channel block. So to David, a huge thanks, because this, I don't know if it's the rarest radio out there. You know, I'm not sure of that. I mean, I've heard people make comments. I think they're extremely rare, and I think that they are a radio to, you know, put in a decent collection for sure. But I've certainly never seen one before. So that's, you know, that's from my point of view. Until David showed me one on a photo over in South Africa. No, it wasn't like I said to him, oh yeah, I've seen heaps of those. No, never seen one. And today was such a godsend to be able to find, there's just so much information on it. It really is. There's another 80-page manual that I was able to download that really goes through every bit of the setup on it. And it'll be fun just, going through this one and getting it into something a bit decent. But I'm going to leave it on this bench at the moment. I'm going to go back to cleaning up, that previous video where stuff on the floor, and yeah, all right. We need help sort of video. Probably more ways, probably mentally more than physically. But certainly this is a really nice radio that we'll get up on air, and we'll show you once it's all I might even go through a bit of a tune-up procedure on it, a few things just to but look, I've got to say, this is not a lot to do radio. It's working quite fine. And if you've never seen one before, well, join the club with me. I don't know, South Africa, you got a lot of radios we didn't see here. It's pretty good. I've had a few from David. I've said, what's that again? It's yeah. And David, I owe you a phone call too, mate, down there in South Africa. My apologies, mate. It's just been a bit crazy with hospital rubbish, etc., etc. But anyway, we'll get it all back to shape soon. Thanks very much, Dave. Really appreciate what you sent over. And this one came over by slow mail. We're sort of trying to save a few costs between South Africa and here. And just so you know, we were getting something across within about 7 or 8 weeks by airmail, maybe a bit faster. No, it wasn't that long, sorry, 5 or 6 weeks. And it was about, David, correct me in the comments if I'm wrong, there was about 12 weeks on this one, about 3 months. I may be wrong on that, but look, to be honest, it was half the price and it got here. So, don't be too scared to tell your, people if you're buying something from another collector overseas, maybe just chuck it on a boat and it'll still get here. It just takes a little bit longer. All right, guys, 73s. That's the Sony ICB2500. I had to look that up. I was nearly going to have to go to the back of the radio, but then I figured, no, that'd be easier. ICB2500, upside down at the moment, but the next time you'll see it, hopefully, I'll have this little bit here sorted, which doesn't look like it's going to be too hard, and all working on the correct frequencies, and should be a nice 40-channel, still not approved in Australia, radio. Oh, that's an interesting one, isn't it? I mean, there's no way ACMA could have a problem with this. It's 12 watts, 4 watts, blah, blah, blah. It's no extra channels. It's got no slide clarifier, but it doesn't have a type approval number in Australia. Oh, man, this question gets hit. I get hit with this so much, and I would have to think this radio morally is fine. Ethically is fine. Technically, I don't know. Just, I can't work out the act at the moment. Bring on the new act, guys, please. I'm welcoming it, I think. If it gives clarity, be good. All right, 73s, VK3, Charlie Mike, Tangambulanga, Northeast Victoria. All the best.